is Notepad Anon, and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we are going to be working on Road Redemption Red Mr. Running, otherwise known as, we're not going to, maybe we'll actually be finishing Road Redemption tonight. I don't know, but maybe, perhaps. So what did I do in the meantime? What was the points of in the middle? So I did two things. Let's see. So if I go all the way up, and la 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 la, where are you? Okay, so one thing I do track design philosophy. Effectively, tracks are broken down into 12 to 15 sections, and the main reason for that was to allow people to design them each. So effectively, you're going to have upwards of 24 to 30 hazards. That's like at the top of things, and that's if you have something at the beginning and something at the end. And my one note was, nothing is fair. Go do what you want. Everything is chaos. Have fun. Now, I didn't really add that much detail to individual ones, as the F-Zero game does, for two reasons. Mostly because there is a lot of stuff, and I didn't feel like it, because it was like, you know what? If you want to add something, go for it. So, yeah, I did that. I also did what happens when you are off your bike. I kind of forgot this section somewhat, so I made it a little bit easier. I pretty much cut down the basic items and basic attacks that you can actually do while off your bike, but everything works the exact same. Let's see. We also have bodies on the road, which is your NPCs, otherwise known as adversaries. And you have, those are broken down into two. You have minions and enforcers. Minions are easily disposable, and they go down fairly quickly. They don't have actually any items. So they are just their, whatever the rating is, plus a value, which could be 0, or it could even be negative. Enforcers have an item that gives them either a +1 to something, or a +2, even up towards a +3, or even things like special weapons, special items. It's things that they have that they can use that changes the nature of them, fighting them. You gave a few examples of them. You get things like the Reaper Bomberman, who is absolutely horrifying at everything. However, his entire goal is to run up to you and explode. That's his strategy. That's the game plan. There is no other game plan. And wait a second, I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew it. All right, who's ready for behind the VTuber, the VSona? So mostly just so I can shitpost with the... let's see. I want to hit this button. Put you right there. This is actually a really cool little program. I actually think it's pretty Poggerino, because it's very interesting and has some cool features to it. I found it on a Japanese website, and it's entirely in Japanese, mind you, because I am a weeb. I don't read moon ruins, but I can pretend I do. I'm not a very good VTuber, if you haven't understood yet. So, where are we? I also did this section, which is a pound of flesh and metal, pretty much how you level up, which we're actually going to be working on a little bit right now. And scrap. Scrap is the currency of the world. That's what you use. If you destroy someone, you get their currency, you get their scrap. Destroy a minion's bike, you get 20. Destroy an enforcer's bike, you get 30. Destroy a boss bike, 50. Destroy a militia bike, you get 40, because militia are very valuable and they usually have decent bikes. However, you also have these, which are modifiers. Hey, the militia bike is really cool, but I caused a boost explosion. It's only going to be worth 4 scrap. Oh, hey, it has 100% durability. It's at 100. Cool. You do that. Oh, the bike's durability is at 70, at 50% or more. It's going to instead be, what would it be? 40 times 0.75. It would only be 30. or 30. So it's kind of that you want to kill the rider, not damage the bike. And there comes a point where it's like, do I really want to even bother with this bike at this point because of how damaged it is? But you also have the incentive to brutalize the bike, because if the bike explodes, they die. So what other did I? What else did I do? What else did I do? I felt like I did something. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to actually add the how to race section. So I ended up adding this. I wrote it out last time. I just didn't put it in the actual book because I am big brain and I have an omega-sized brain that you just can't see because it is smooth as fucking ice. But yeah, we're making pretty good time actually, which is a bit odd to say the least. Mostly because when we go up to here, we really only have improvements to do for in the advancement section. Then we get to get into the equipment, and then we're done. After going through everything, I was thinking that we had a little bit more work to do on this game, but not really. For all the parts of this game, it was a lot more of trying to get some of the core parts done. But with the core parts done, the game kind of finishes itself. So, let's get going, shall we? Let's see. We're also going to be using the Yakuza method of getting better at things, otherwise known as investing in yourself. Actually, what I can do. How do we want to word this? I want to do, nobody. Centrals is built with concepts. Becoming someone. Becoming someone. Whether it be a feared member of the road, or just a survivor in the long highway, in the long desolate highways. Hello, phone. As the characters advance, as the characters survive and thrive in the dangerous world of Centrals, they'll get better. They'll get better at what they do, advancing slowly up the ranks of both society, actually of both gang society, and the history of this broken place. Now, let's see. There are 3 methods to improve the character during the game, each of which has its upsides and downsides. Investment. Centrals is a land where the rich, stronger, and the weak die out faster. One of the most reliable is to invest in oneself. Invest in oneself. This method involves spending built-up scrap and other baubles and other valuables to improve the skills and attributes of the character through training or simply combat stimulants. Training drugs or augments. And we want to you right there. Make you heading 1. So by there. Three, 2. Yeah. Oh goodness, people are posting things they shouldn't. Oh no. Quiet stream tonight, I think. So how do we want to do this? We want to... Six skill points. So we have 6 skill points, and we have a +3 is going to be fairly high, so we want to do something like skill up. So we want to do skill increase. Actually, we want to make these tables probably. Do we want to make these tables? Yeah, we could probably make them tables. Actually, I wonder, can we make something work? Always, this is an experimental book where we get to experiment with different things and see what works and what does not. So if I put this in a table, does it actually pop up here? It does. Interesting. Okay. Then we're going to put the table right there. Should we go through the RMR? Where are you? Okay, so we go here. So we want to do the advancement table. Investment table, so we want to do skill ups. Skill up, attribute rank up, So we have skill ups, attribute rank ups, and we can probably do health boost. Actually, we can probably call that trauma boost. What other physical parts of the character can we... No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all we can really do. Trauma boost. Let's see, investment table. Let's move you up one. Select everything there, merge it all together. We want to do investment, effect, cost. Increase skill. Increase skill by +1. Increase rank by 1 step. Increase physical trauma. Trauma by +3. So you want to do 100 times new modifier? So it would be the idea to +1 equals 100 scrap. +2 would be 200 scrap. And then +3 equal 300 scrap. We can probably... Let's change that. Let's change it to 150 for the new modifier. Actually, let's do attribute X rank. Let's do 2,500. 500 scrap. 150 times new modifier, so 150, 300, 450. But that's all of it together, so it would be 150 plus 300 plus 450 would be 900 for a +3. So if you were to add it again, it would be 150 times 4. Actually, wait. So that would be 600. That would be 1,500 for a +4. Okay. That works. And attribute rank up. How do we want to do the rank up? We want to do... $300? 300, an extra 300 times new rank. With each step being something. So if we want to go from... We do something like... So A, B, C, D, E. So D12, D10, D8, D6, D4. So it would be, if we assume this is 1, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how you would pretty much go up. So it would be, if I want to go from D6 to D8, so it'd be 1, 2, 3. So that would be technically my 3. So it would be 3 times 300, which would be 900. Yeah. So by the time it's going to be about 1,500. So it's going to cost you an insane amount, but that's kind of the point. And if we go up here all the way, 2,500, that would be way more, but you're also going up to D20. So the cost sort of works. Okay. Investment table. That's not how I want it. Paste unlinked. Select everything. Lato 12. Table of properties. Middle, center, black on black. Put you right there. Select this table, backspace button. And realize this is all trash garbage and it looks horrible. Let's do that. Shift the table around. 3.25, yeah, that works. We want to do that top, middle. Actually, we want to do that. Just put it white. All right. So we've got this. So our other two methods, we want to have reputation. Reputation is the lifeblood. Lifeblood of Centrals. With your name, carrying weight, and your reputation preceding it. Even being associated with others of a high caliber have some kind of morbid respect. They are a dangerous threat and should be feared. Respect, actually, reputation is gained through one way: killing a minion, killing another person. Actually, it would be killing another rider. Grants character one respect. Let's see, killing an enforcer increases it to 2, and killing a boss, it increases it to 3. Obviously, others have respect as well, have reputations, and completing objectives. Actually, reputations. Others have reputations as well. Killing those who are notorious or dangerous themselves doubles the value of the reputation gained. Riding dangerous against other dangerous people is rewarding. Is both rewarding and dangerous. Can multiply the value of the reputation gain. Riding dangerous against other dangerous people is both rewarding. Is rewarding to those who are ballsy enough This method obviously favors fighters and those yeah. Actually, what I should put is this method of advancement rewards those who are aggressive and actively hunting, meaning that the ones who are doing the killing are often the ones becoming stronger. But having a high reputation has its costs. People will hunt you down. Will hunt the rider down. The target is painted on hunt the rider down to increase their own. The double-sided sword. Just as likely to cut you as it is to cut them. And that's how I want reputation to feel like. I want it to be dangerous. I want it to be scary. I want it to be, hey, yeah, cool. I'm getting stronger. I'm dangerous now, and I'm spooky, and I'm scary, and I can do things. But guess what, kid? You're still only human. And then we want to do the reputation table. Reputation, effects, and cost. We want to do skill up, attribute, trauma boost. So let's say our average reputation is, if we kill one person, it's going to be 1. So we're probably looking at about 5, 6. I need to test this, but we're probably looking at about, I would say, an estimate of about 8 rep per track on average, with some being higher, some being lower. So if we have to do it, if we base it off of that, based off those numbers, the cost would be something like, let's see, 4 times new modifier, attribute rank up, maybe 8 times new rank, so 8 times, yeah. And then we have the trauma boost, which is going to probably be, if we want that to be a little, just like not much, but you never want to get the trauma boost, because like, oh, I'm never going to die, I'm going to be fine. You could probably boost that up to 10 rep solid. And then to increase the S rank, we probably want to do something like 40 reputation. I mean, that's just a big ass investment. Hello. Music end. We want to do Lotto 12, Lotto 10, I mean. I like this song, I like this music, to be honest. I discovered post-rock not too long ago. I'm like, oh, this is music I actually enjoy. But I like guitars, which people think is a little bit weird, but it's like, yeah, I like me some guitar, and I like me some good beats. I got good beats and I got a good guitar. I am a happy boy. So we've got reputation, we've got investment. Is there another method? Not really. Unless I want to go with the fuck you. Actually, what we, yeah. Victory. Victory laps. A character who is fast on the road is rewarded. Is rewarded and congratulated. Congratulated by their allies as being the fastest and best at what they do. Every track is going to have completing races and other objectives, rewards the riders with victory points, VPs, which can be spent to improve themselves. However, coming in first will reward the most. Actually, VPs, hello, giant helicopter. VPs are rewarded for being the first in a race and quickly diminishes in value depending on the place the character finds themselves in. Take a let's say a 10 VP race. Coming in first nets the full 10, while coming in second nets only 8. That's only 8. Actually, that's only 7. Third only 3. Third only 4, and fourth 1. A single VP. Anything after 4th place. Actually, if we want to do 5... The second only 3rd, and the third gains 2 VP. Nobody cares about coming in. Nobody cares on coming in last. So the goal. Actually, VPs may also be rewarded based on performance in a mission, such as completing objectives quickly, or protecting those who need protecting. Pretty much my idea here is you want to reward people for doing well. And by rewarding people for doing well, you're punishing people who do poorly. Because we don't have time for people who go slow. Ooh, that's a lot of room I need. We do something like this, then reputation, completing races, completing objectives, and then we want to do VP table, investment effects, VP cost, skill up. We want to do 5 times the new modifier. Here we want to do 10 times the new modifier because we're going to be getting it. Trauma boost, we're going to do a solid 25. Actually, no, that's a lot. 15. And attribute S rank, we want to do, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We want to do that about 80. Build your BPs up, become better. Then we have our reputation table. So we want to pretty much reward people for doing well. This is the crux of this section. Reward people who do good. Put everything on top here, and then that means we can slap a picture right here, we can slap a picture right there, and slap a picture right there. What did I end up calling Game Master in this version? I think I just call it Game Master. Ah, yes, I call it the Road Master. Road Master. Hey everyone, it's me. Pretty much investment is like the easiest to understand. So actually what I'm going to do is put a insert footnote here. +1 equals 150 scrap. +2 equals 300 scrap, etc. And then we're going to do here, insert footnote. E equals what? E equals rank 1. So moving from rank would be, let's say, rank B to A. 5 would equal 300 times 5 would be I'm good at math. Would equal 1500 scrap. And then with those, everyone should be able to understand, like, oh, this is what it means. Oh, this is what it means. That is the hope, anyway. Okay. So let's see, actually, if this actually looks correct. Which is always a problem when it comes to this. Yes, this is what I like to see. I like it when everything works out. I like it when things are pretty. Because when things are pretty, I don't have to worry about it. So, let's see, where are we right now? Okay. We want to do playing the game. Not play the game, we want to go to the preface, actually, don't we? So, we're done here. Next, we just have equipment. Do I want to power level my way through here? Do I want to just kick my ass and go for it, or do I want to wait on it for Friday? How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for 45 minutes. You know what? When in times of doubt, we have to ask. We ask the consortium and what their opinion on the matter is. But this game actually is turning out a little bit. Well, that's fast. Okay, we already got one fast. This game's turning out a lot simpler than I actually thought it was going to be, but I actually like that. Oh god, the people demand speed. Alright. The people have spoken. No, I didn't mean to click that. Alright. Give me one moment. I'm going to go grab my another cup of coffee. And yes, it is 11:30 at night. And yes, I am drinking coffee. Why? Because I hate myself. Fun fact, everyone, morning Notepad is not going to like the fact that I just took the last sugar. Morning Notepad is not going to appreciate that bullshit. But, he's just going to have to deal with it. Morning Notepad is just going to have to deal with the fact that he is not going to get the coffee the way he likes it. He's going to get the shitty one. Okay. We are officially entering Notepad must die territory. We're going to get equipment done tonight. We're going to finish the game up tonight. Fuck it. Okay, so what do we need? We need weapons. We need a lot of weapons. Actually, what we need to do is we need to write the section for weapons. Weapons and equipment. Equipment. Actually, half of me wants to split it up between man equipment and bike equipment, but I'm not. I want to just do heading 1, heading 2s. Heading 1s. No, that's not how it is, Notepad, please. We need to do... Armory, Centrals... Actually, I know. The Australis Armory. Straws Armory. Combat on the open road. Is not defined by... Not defined by the writer as much. It is defined by the writer's tools. Each character has while the bike may be the writer's pride and joy. Investing in a knife, gun, and possibly an energy shield may be the difference between finding the how do I want to word this? Between finishing at the line or ending the journey splattered on the dirt road. Okay. Now, weird thing about Road Redemption, fun fact, there's a lot of weapons in Road Redemption. However, you don't get them. Weirdly enough, you don't actually get that many weapons. But you do get a lot of options for weapons. Sometimes. What we want to do is we're going to do melee, range, tech, and then bike parts. Okay, we'll end it off on bike parts. Kind of already failed my dream of having this under like 30 pages, but I'm fine with that. It's been fun. I'm gonna Notepad must die. The rest of everyone's like, why are we doing this? Being this like, but you know, I'm just gonna finish it all tonight. So let's see. Gun, possibly an energy shield, joy splattered across. So we want to do melee weapons. And let me actually see. Road Redemption, Wiki, weapons. Now, you may be wondering, why is it hard to find things on this game? The answer is Red Dead Redemption. Road Redemption Wiki. Let's see. And nobody actually talks about this goddamn game. Mostly because you get things like the Markiplier. Yeah, the Markiplier wiki, it being on, as well as this being the official wiki, otherwise known as being horribly out of date with only 14 pages on it. When this is mind you, back in the fucking beta. Like, yeah, let's see what. All right, we can work this. To give you an idea, half these weapons aren't actually in the game. So, we're not going to worry about that. So, we need to do blunt weapons. We need to do blunt weapons and edged weapons. Blunt weapons, we're going to do clubs. I'm trying to think of the top of my head. I can see it at the top of my head. And so, we have clubs, hammers, hammer, warhammer, shovel, edged weapons. You do not actually get, so we actually gonna have the sword, machete. You do not actually get the naginata, but that is a weapon you can get in that. That is a weapon enemies can get in that game. We can do brass knuckles. So we have brass knuckles, chains, pipe. Let me think at the top of my head. I'm going to hit you over the head with something. We want to put chain here. I am going to beat you over the head with a item going to inflict maximum harm on you for the purposes of breaking your face, because I hate you and everything you stand for. Tire iron. Tire iron is not in the game, actually. Machete, sword. Oh god, is that what it's called? Boken? Bakken, 2Ks. Because the lead developer of Road Redemption's actually a fucking weeb. So let's see, we have sword, machete, naginatas. Long. We need long. So actually we can do electric weapons. And that's going to be comprised of the taser, cattle prod. Other electric weapons there can be. Again, we're allowed to do a little. We're allowed to go a little bit weird. Axe. Feels like I'm missing something. Yeah, shovel nade is on there. Melee weapons. We don't want melee weapons. We are going to want. We're going to start with blunt weapons. And how blunt weapons are going to work? Well, we're going to have blunt. Actually, a blunt weapon. Damage. Damage type. Actually, it's going to be blunt damage. Speed. Then we go to tags. Yeah, we can do something like that, nice and easy. And we want randomized values. I'm feeling randomized values. So actually, we can also add something in like tier. Tier 1. Feels like we need another tier 3. Let's see. Blunt weapons. I want to beat you over the head with something. What am I going to use? Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. Mace. 3. Let's see what other ones we want. Stick and staff weapons. What are we looking at here? The staff. We want to do staff weapons, samurai staff weapons. No. Fist loaded. Fist load weapon. What? Apache revolver. Mark 1 trench knife. Knuckle glove. Let's see, brass knuckle, but what the hell's a weighted knuckle glove? Yeah, actually, that's what we can do. We can add in knuckle gloves. Gun, staff. Wait a second. That's not how that's supposed to be. Bull. Bull. Yeah, we'll add a bow staff. Bull. Again, you may be wondering, why the hell are we bringing these in? Because we can, and we live in anarchy. So what are our... These are going to be our basic weapons. I am probably going to have... feel free to add your own weapons, because... Damage, I'm going to be hitting you with a big stick. It's going to be 1d6. Speed is going to be slow, tier 2. However, we're going to actually... It's going to be a far weapon. It's going to be actually a long distance. And lance. Balkan, it's going to be a 2d6. It's going to be mid. It's going to be, let's see, fast, slow, and call it average, tier 2. Not going to have any tags on it. Actually, we can probably bump that up to... No. Brass knuckles, we're going to do 1d6. It's going to be fast, speed. Knuckle gloves, 1d3. 1d3 damage. Fast. It's going to be a fist weapon, because guess what? We're going to be punching you to death with it. Chain is going to be 3d6. It's going to be slow speed. However, it's going to be entangling. And long distance. So you're going to be able to hit people with it from a distance and hit multiple people with it. But you're not going to be really doing that. But it's also going to be fairly easy to parry out of the way. But the idea, that's where entangling comes in. Club, what do we want to do? 1d6. Speed, average. 1. It's not going to have anything. Hammer, 2d6. Now, this is going to be a regular sap. We can probably make that a fast hammer. And mace, we're going to make that a 4d6 weapon, very lethal, because you're bashing someone over the head with a fucking mace. Let's see, actually 4d6, that means 12, 24, potentially lethal if you hit someone directly in the face with it, which is about right. We want to make that slow. Starting the breakage. Pipe is going to be it's going to be 2d6 damage. It's going to be slow. Tier 1. Among the tier 1s, like chain is pretty good. We can actually bump chain up to 2, I think. Pipe is just a fucking pipe you're going to beat someone to death with. Shovel is going to do 3d6. Actually, it's going to do 2d6 damage. Speed, slow. Long distance. Fire iron. And Warhammer, we're going to do 5d6, slow, long distance, and breakage. Because hammers are going to be used to break another person's bike. Because you're a dick that way. We want to do edged weapons. Now, you're going to notice this real fast. We're going to do long sword, machete, naginata, samurai sword, axe. Other terrifying... oh, I know what we can add. We can add the pick. Pretty much stabbing down. What other items? So, edged weapons. Guitar. Because guitars are cool, I guess. Let's see. Cestus, those look pretty dumb. Parrying, push dagger, Deco. We want to do something. What kind of weapons? Like, you can't really use two-handed weapons because you are on a goddamn super sword. You know, the fucking super bike going about a billion out. Oh, raised blade. Hook swords. Does look really silly. Probably add a kukri. Probably add a sickle and kukri. Sickle kukri. Crowbill, we don't really need. Because again, you can't really use any two-handed weapons, which you don't really think about at the top of your head. I can actually probably put a tomahawk. Okay. Fire axe. So, longsword. Longsword is going to do 5d6 damage. These things are going to be fucking lethal. However, the problem with edged weapons is that they're going to do drastically reduced damage. Actually, what we can do is we have all the dice. We could probably improvise a little bit more. Balkan 2d6. Brass knuckles, what we're going to do is make that 1d. Actually, we can make that Balkan 2d6. Brass knuckles will be 1d6. Knuckle gloves will make that 1d4. The mace, probably do that to 3d8 instead. Pipe, we can make that 2d6. Shovel, we can do 1d10. Tire iron, actually, we can probably do that 2d4. Warhammer, we can do 3d10. Because again, getting hit by a warhammer, very bad. Do not get hit by the warhammer. It will fucking kill you, and you will not have a good time. And let's see, the music is done. So now I get to find other music. You think I would actually know how to do things at this point, but I really don't. I'm kind of improvising. Silence ad, even though I have ad block on, but apparently it means nothing. Hippity hoppity, I'm not mad. There we are. Can I put you like right there? There we go. Music right about there. God, that fatigue's already hitting me. We're gonna finish it tonight. That's the plan. Longsword, we're instead gonna bring you down to 3d8. Machete, we're gonna do 2d8. Speed, average, machete, fast. Pretty much the speed is gonna be like how easy it is to counter them. Like Warhammer's pretty damn easy to counter. With the idea being like, yeah, so yeah, you're gonna take the penalty if you're not, but if you're faster, it's easier to counter. So naginata, we want to do something with like, we'll probably do something like 3d10 fast. Actually, 2d10 fast. Tier 3, machete, tier 1, tier 2. Yeah, I'll do something like that. Samurai sword, we're going to do 2d12 because I think they're cool. Tier 3. Actually, it'd be 3d12. Fire axe, we're going to make that probably, this is me hitting you with a fucking fire axe. 3d10, but it's going to be slow. Actually, we can do that average. Pick, it's going to be 2d10. Guitar is going to be, we'll actually do something like 64. Razor blade. Razor blade is going to be special. It's going to be 2d4 damage. Wow, that doesn't seem like a lot. Problem is, you can't block the razor blade. Sickle is going to do 2d4. Is going to do 3d4. Actually, 1d4 damage. But again, you cannot block it. Kukri. Let's see. Kukri knife. That's going to be probably, we'll call that at 2d8. Fast. Sickle, fast. Razor blade, fast. Guitar, slow. Guitars are fairly slow, but the idea is that they can't be fucking blocked. Tomahawk. Tomahawk is going to be, we'll probably do something like 3. Actually, we can do 46. Make it fast. Tier 2, tier 2, tier 1, tier 2, tier 1. We'll make that tier 2. Guitar is going to be tier 3. Pick is going to be tier 2. Fire axe is going to be tier... Yeah, we'll make that tier 3. Fuck it. And what we're going to have is edged on all of these. Long distance, and edged. Actually, what we can do right here is edged blunt. Blunted edge. Blunted edge. Guitar, edged, unblockable. Actually, no, it wouldn't be unblockable, it would be unparryable. Yeah, we can do unparryable. Actually, we can do unblockable here. Actually, no, we'll make the guitar that, and then we'll do edged unblockable. Kukri, edged. Tomahawk, edged. Edged throne. Yeah, we'll do this basic edged here. So here's our basic assortment of weapons. And what else do we need? We need to do electric weapons. I forgot. And we're going to add in the cattle prod. Gonna be a taser. Let's see. Electrified weapons, shock weapons, taser, electroshock weapons. Compact stun guns, shock prod, stun shield, taser, let's see. It would be stun gun? Maybe a taser. Yeah, that's a taser. Cool. Cattle prod taser. 1d6 E damage. 1d0 E damage though. Electrified. Electrified. Speed. Slow. Taser. Fast. Tier 2. Tier 3. Electrified. Not good, because it fucks with your energy shields. Meaning that you can't go through them very easily. It also stuns you, possibly sending you careening off the fucking side of the road because you suck and everyone hates you and you're a funny man who does the funnies. So, we have all our basic melee weapons. Melee weapons heading to... black on black. Do I really want tangling? Do I want tangling on these? No. So we want to put that up to 12, and we want to make that lato. And that also means taking you and putting you up to 1.2. There we go. 1.2 speed. Speed! Wherever I go, I must take speed. Ball. Okay. Which also brings me to edge weapons. Data, create a filter. A to Z, data, turn off filter. Paste unlinked, paste. So actually select everything. We want to do Lato 12. Edge weapons. Properties 1.2. Tags. Right click. Properties 1.2. Tier. We could probably reduce the tier size down to... How does 0.6 sound? I like it. It's what we like to refer to as poggers. Tomahawk, that's it. Not tomahawk. Tomahawk. See, now I get to add all the electrified weapons. Actually, what I can do, because I'm incredibly goddamn lazy. And we select all of these, Control C and Control V. There's my life hack. Is that you don't actually need to remajigger your folders, your tables every time, if you just copy paste the ones that work. And everything looks correct. Okay, now we're going to do we do tags for melee weapons, or do we go immediately to ranged weapons? Probably I'm going to do tags. Those tags are important, and that means tags, effects. Control B, so we have lance, fist, long distance, breakage, Fist. Blunted edge. Edged. Unblockable. And then finally electrified. Not many, but the character is allowed to make an attack when they... Actually, what we can do is the character can make a melee attack with a +4 if they use boost. The idea being, you are boosting ahead of you to lance a motherfucker off their bike. The character's weapon cannot be disarmed. Actually, what I should say is the weapon cannot be disarmed unless the user's arm/hand is damaged. Long distance. This is the one, those weird ones. So, the weapon can target two characters in two characters while in a, can target two separate the weapon can target two separate characters while in a lock, or attack while not being in a lock. Breakage. The weapon can deal half damage to the target's bike's durability. Instead of hitting the target directly. And we already have Fist. Blunted Edge. Weapon can be used as either a blunt weapon for purposes of knocking off helmets. Edged. The weapon is edged. And if the target is wearing a helmet, his target is wearing a helmet on the road, it will deal negative 3D damage. So you can technically use, let's say actually it would probably be negative 2D. Yeah, 3. 3D10, 2D10, 2D4, 3D12. Yeah, actually we can do... We'll deal negative 2D damage. Actually, what I should say, weapon will decapitate on kill, because that's going to be a part. Actually, let's say weapon does not decapitate. Unblockable. The weapon cannot be blocked, only parried. Electrified. The weapon is electrified, meaning that the weapon is electrified, meaning that when the target is hit, they are stunned for the entire section and cannot block or move. Yeah, so electrify someone and then chop their face off. That is a completely valid strategy, and you should totally do it. What other... Actually, what I should say is plasmid. weapon has been infused. Actually, no, it wouldn't be plasma. It would be energized. The weapon has been energized using Sigma Tech. It cannot be blocked or parried. Have you noticed? Nothing is energized here. You gotta buy that. And this is bad. You want to kill that person quickly. Everyone else also knows they want to kill you quickly, probably with a gun, because they don't have to deal with your horse shit. And we'll probably put tags in the next page. And what we want to do is put 3 there. Middle center, black on black. Centrals. 12, blockable. Blunted edge, cannot decapitate. That's what makes a guitar really useful, because you're punching at someone. You'll be able to puncture through helmets pretty easy, and armor in general. Okay, so we've got all of this. Okay, so we know we need to do ranged weapons. Ranged weapons! Ranged weapons! Ranged weapons! Okay, so we want to do ranged weapons. Damage, speed, we don't really need to. Actually, what we'll do is ammo. Don't need to worry about that. What I should do, though, is take a note on what melee weapons do. The most common are melee based due to the scarcity of ammunition. Each weapon damage. Okay, how do you want to word this? So each weapon's damage value indicates how much damage it will do if it connects. Speed represents how fast the weapon attacks. And so, how do we want to word this? Because if we go up to major gangs, we need to go back to combat. Select below a melee attack, rolling their warrior melee weapon. With a penalty based on speed of both weapons. Bonus / penalty based off of the speed of both weapons. If we go all the way back down. Okay, how do we want to word this? How do we want to word this? Speed represents how fast the weapon attacks. Ranging from slow, average, and fast. Every step, and then we're going to comma, every step incurs a +2/-2 modifier to countering it. Footnote: a slow weapon would take a -4 to countering a fast weapon, but a fast weapon takes a -4 to parrying a slow weapon as well. So the idea being it's whoever can get the bit they're hit in first. A slow weapon is going to have the big wind up, and if they hit someone, it's going to hurt. They're going to not have fun. They're going to deal a lot of damage, and they're going to be able to kill you pretty fucking fast. The fact actually has encouraged me to probably bump up the damage for each of these. Because you can easily parry them away. And that's what you're supposed to do. Parry them. Get rid of them. Because you're going to get comboed effectively to death if you don't. That's going to be the problem with the chain, is the chain is kind of unreliable. But what we can do, long distance and unblockable. Countering it to parrying. We want to do insert, footnote. God, we're going to have just enough room to do this. Parrying it. Tier represents the quality of the weapon, and tag quality of the weapon. Finally, tags are the unique modifiers to the weapon. Capital W modifiers, and are we good? We are just right on the fucking edge. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Oh boy. Okay, that means we're going to do 2 ranged weapons, ammo tier. Do we need tags? Yeah, we need tags. So, ranged weapons. Revolver. Handgun. Let's see, we have the revolver, we have the handgun, we have... These ones are going to be our basic ones, so bang, bang. We can actually do a pipe shot. Pipe shot. Actually, we do a pop gun. 6, 12, 6, 12, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, and pop gun's going to have 2. Guns have the very useful advantage of being guns. And you will probably hurt someone. We'll actually do single shot, burst fire, single shot. And then we're going to be doing with the assault weapons, with kind of the rapid fire. We want to do something with the... What's the generic name for an Uzi? Yeah, it's an Israeli weapon. Huh. Let's see. Action arm, micro Uzi, machine pistol. Look how a machine pistol. Machine pistol, and then that you'd upgrade to an SMG. Machine pistol, SMG, then you would go into. God. I need to consult a man. Is he online? I do not believe he is. Fraggle Rock. Wait, no, Melon kind of is. Bug. Do we have a gun guy in here? Do we have a gun person? Gun person. Actually, do we have anyone in autism assholes? No, we don't. Bug a duggle duck. We're going on an adventure. Can you fire an assault rifle with one hand? You can. It's not very practical, however. So, if we're doing with trophy, if we're making it trophy, I mean, it's possible, but not really, like, possible. So what would you, how would you design an automatic rifle that's designed to be used one-handed, going incredibly fast? It would, I wonder, here, give me 1 second. FBI, I am just writing a game. Please do not raid my apartment, please. I'm just gonna put that down. Then we're going to sawed-off assault rifle. Because if we're dealing with like a sawed-off assault rifle, you would be just shortening the barrel down. Because that's all you'd be doing with it, is you'd be shorting the barrel down. Sawed-off assault rifle does work. I mean, technically. You'd pretty much have to be you'd have to be making something like this. Like, that would be what the gun would be, because you need to be able to mount it effectively on your handlebars while you're going 180 miles an hour down the fucking road. So let's call it the sawed-off AR. Then we need to do sawed-off shotgun. Actually, we can probably just do the double barrel. Yeah, sawed-off shotgun. What else would we want to do? So we have our basic click, click, bang, bang. What other kind of weapons do we have? We would need something to reload quickly. Because you can't do like, pumping works in theory, because the idea is you would one-hand your bike, you're driving your bike, and then kick, click, and then you would pretty much be able to shoot from the hip, but that would be wildly inaccurate. Unless you designed a weapon that would be... Yeah. You'd be a Mossberg, wouldn't it? So it'd be shorty shot Yeah, it'd be a shorty shotgun. Because, yeah, your shorty would be really short and be able to quickly bing. You'd almost be able to reload it on your bike handle. That's pretty much what you'd have to do, is you'd shoot, bang, 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 reload, bang. It'd be a bitch to do, but again, you're not really reloading. Going that fast, you don't reload. You have what's in your clip, and that's it. You miss your shots. You miss your shots. The weapon's useless now. We can probably shorties. Shorty shotgun. We want to do Cerber. Pump action shotgun. Let's see. Mossberg Maverick 88. Remington 20 gauge. Let's see. Mossberg. What am I looking for here? How many? How many can you load, though? That's my question. You can load 12 or 20, but how many? Well, 2 plus 1, so I had, no, 3. Okay, that's all I needed. Ammo, 3. Super shorty. 8d6. 8d8. Shotgun. Pretty much, you're only going to be using one of these shotguns. Ammo, 2. 5d8. These things are pretty fucking lethal, but again, you have 3 shots. Make them count, because if you miss, and you're probably going to get yourself killed. So we've got our machine pistol. Machine pistol's only going to do 2d4 damage. However, you're going to have an insane clip of 30, and you're going to have burst fire potential, which is going to be tier 2. The SMG is going to be 3 sawed-off shoddy, and the super shoddy is going to be 3. The SMG is going to do 3d4 damage, and the sawed-off AR is going to do 3d6 damage. The SMG is going to probably have a clip of 30, and your sawed-off AR with a shorter grip, you need shorter ammo, so you would need AK box mag. AK magazine size 30 rounds in a basic ones, but it also comes in the 10-20. You need a smaller one because you can't carry that much. Probably be a 20. Burst fire. Oh, what other crazy fucking guns that we can do? Actually, we can do the harpoon gun. 1d3 damage. Ammo 1. tier 2. And we're going to do the harpoon, in which you can just fire your fucking harpoon, and you're not doing damage with the harpoon. That's not the point. It's you can bypass obstacles with it. Well, let's see, what other guns can we think of? Oh, and flamethrower. It's only going to do 1d2 damage. However, it's going to have 60 ammunition. It's going to be tier 2. Flames, and we're going to also have the stun gun. It's going to do 1d1 damage. Not going to really do any damage. It's going to have one shot, tier 1, electrified. What other guns can we use for mobile combat? Because mobile combat is fun, and we want to do that. If it wasn't 12:30 in the morning, I would be asking more people. However, it is 12:30 in the morning, so I can't really ask anyone. Let's see. Where are you people? Where are you when I need you all? Who is available? No, not you. You're all autistic. Guest design. Let's see. I need to do. I'll think of some. I'll think of other guns later, but yeah, we'll use these ones as our basic assortment. Because nothing says fun like burning your enemies alive using a fucking flamethrower because you're a deranged psychopath. We want to do black, we want to do middle, we want to do put it in the center. And we can probably get away with 0.6. Ooh, that's really tight. Don't take that out of context, please. We can probably do the 2. Wait a second, we gotta put these into 12, don't we? Ooh. Not poggers. Not poggers at all. Let's see, we want to do that. We want to bump you up to 0.8. Ranged weapons, we need to point you up to 0.1.2. Sawed off shotgun tags. Poggerinos. And that means we're going to put the tags effect right here. Ammunition, so we need to do flames, burst fire, harpoon, single shot, shotgun, and electrified. And luckily we already have electrified. Is a short range. There's a short range shotgun. Heavy spread. Penalty to hit distant targets. Hit distant targets is increased by -2. Penalty to hit distant targets is doubled. Single shot. The weapon can fire a single shot on with their action. Harpoon. The weapon can be fired to gain a +4 to a piloting or control check instead of being targeted at instead of being used on a target. Burst fire. The weapon can be shot up to, it would be shot up to 5 times. Actually, yeah, be shot up to, we'll call it, it can be shot up to 3 times with their action. Flames. The weapon can be shot up to 5 times. Up to 5 times, affecting everyone in the position. Flamethrower, very scary. Flamethrower do a lot of damage. Flamethrower hurt everybody. Nobody liked flamethrower. Let me shut up the animal. Yeah, no, shut up to 5 times. But only in the same position. But only in their current position. So, flamethrower is very good. Problem is, you're really kind of affecting only a small amount of people with it. So, useful, and you're taking up valuable resources. Actually, you can probably reduce that down to 20. 5 times, that would be 5... pretty much be 5d2 damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you're also lighting someone on fire, so... Actually, I could probably bump that up to 1d3 damage. Wait a second. Oh, no. Notepad made a mistake! It's dying. Oh, no. Okay, alright, no. Control C, Control Z, Control Z. There we go. We could probably bump you up to 4, maybe. Let's get everything in there. Yee. Disable properties. We want to put you in the middle, put you in the center. Alright. Their action. Shot can be shot up to 3 times with their action, targeting anyone in their area. Did I not organize those? I did not organize those. Add on data, turn off filter, data, create filter. A to Z, burst fire, select everything. Lato. Middle, center, black on black. In their current position. Alright. That works. Okay, we got done with weapons. Weapons are DONE. This is good. So, now what we get to do is... I need to write fucking armor. Bugga-duggle-duck. Right. Here we go. Armor. Protection on the open. Protection on the road. It's important for those who wish to survive another day. A character wearing armor mitigates an amount of damage based on the weight of the armor in question, as well as incurring a piloting. It will be a piloting. Actually, it would just be a rider. A penalty. Penalty involving checks regarding speed, Actually, weight of the armor. Weight of the armor. While wearing heavier armor, the characters, it would be what's how initiative is determined. Road wars, tearing track sections and positions. Hard to fight. Refine section, bottom of middle, top. Then we want to do the actions. While wearing heavy armor, the character will take a penalty to all control and piloting checks, and as well as taking a penalty to their initiative. Helmets are a difference. Helmets penalty to their initiative in their position. A helmet allows the character to mitigate damage from edged weapons. See, a helmet allows the character to mitigate damage by assigning it to their helmet instead. When the helmet reaches zero durability, it will break. Once broken, it will be knocked off and broken. Once this occurs, the character is now vulnerable to edged weapons and decapitation. Wear a helmet, kids. Can I get away with adding? I can add a little bit. Similar to melee weapons. But instead of speed, they have ammo. Which represents the amount, the number of times the weapon can be shot. Are we going to be lucky? And we are going to be lucky. Very close, but lucky. We can manage. And now we're going to deal with armor. So armor, we're not going to go really hard on armor weight. Actually, we're going to do weight, armor. So we can probably do body armors. Body armors, weights, armor value, armor penalty, and tier. None. 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 0. You just don't have any armor on. Let's do light armor. Armor value is going to be 3. You mitigate 3 damage. But you're going to take a 0 penalty. Everyone should be expected to have light armor. It's pretty. And then we're going to have medium armor, which is going to mitigate 6 damage, but that would be, arguably, that's too much. 7, actually, we do 6, 7, 9, but we also, this is where the penalties start mounting up pretty ridiculous, up to -6, which -6 doesn't seem like a lot, but it's also pretty big, and it's not a guarantee of survival either. So, this would be heavy. Tier 1, 2, 3. And then we want to do helmets. Which helmets we can just do a type of helmet. And then durability. Helmets, durability. So we want to put you right there. If you can't tell, the fatigue is now hitting me. And it is not fun. Oh, I forgot the tier. Fuck. Tier 0, tier 1. So we want to do light helmets, medium helmets, heavy helmets, super heavy helmets. And we want to do 10, 15, 20, 25. No, we want to do 10, 20, 30, 40. We could do 5, 10, 20, 30. Yeah, I think that works. Rewarding, because we want to reward players for actually... I don't want this to be like a be-all, end-all. It's a savior mechanic, and that's really all it's going to be. It's going to be it's a mechanic that is in place to allow people to save themselves from getting instantly gibbed. Because if a heavy helmet is effectively almost how much physical trauma you have in general. And getting hit by any of these weapons is almost a death sentence in some cases. Because, mind you, armor mitigates a flat value. So, as long as you get hit by it, you're going to get affected by it. So, a sawed-off shotgun is going to do 5d8 damage. Let's, 5d8 roll. So, like, 2d8. Yeah, like, let's do 5d8. Like, this just did 18 damage. And since it did 18 damage, so I'm still going to take 11, which can still, like, I'm still going to take damage from them. And that's just a basic sawed-off shotgun that rolled shit. Like, and that's one shot. And if he's going to be able to rush up on you and start blasting your face off. So, gun's dangerous. We don't like guns. But gun's good. Let's see. So we want to put body armors. Paste on linked. Black center, middle. Can I get away with making these smaller? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. 0.8. Can I get away with putting you at 0.8? 0.8. Yes, I can. Can I get away with you putting you at 0.8? Yes, I can. Of course I can. Can I get away with putting weight at 0.8, though? That's the question. Yes, I can. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select here. We're going to play Insert Table 2x1. And you guessed it, and you were right. We're going to put it in here and delete this table. Actually, we're not going to delete this table because we need to put the helmets in here. Which helmets, we're not allowed to be that 0.8. We're going to bump these up to 0.9. Tail properties, 0.9. Black, 1 point, center, middle. Oh, yeah. There we go. We'll select both of these. Table properties. We want to increase the column width. We're going to put these at 3. How does that look? That looks awful. Select everything. Table properties 3.5 maybe? Better USB. It's making terrible, terrible noises. Hopefully my port USB here doesn't die. This is where all my legally attained books are. I feel real sad if it went the way of the dodo. But I probably just had to get another one. So 3.5 works. We want to put that in the middle. We want to put that right in the center. And then you look absolutely stunning. Put an image right there. We have our armors in place. Now we're going to do tech. So, tech. Technology in Australis. Great strides since the war. Mostly due to the war. Mostly due to the war. Let's see. These technological innovations, such as cybernetics and enhanced medical technologies. Research has fundamentally changed how Australis citizens live. However, in Centrals though the wonderful technology of the future is slowly coming in. With the speed of molasses, slowly coming in, often being employed for war or being employed for war. A piece of tech is anything that modifies the character in the field or allows them to use special actions. Modifies. Come on, Notepad, I believe in you. Modifies a character in the field, allows them to use special actions, or enhances their actions. Tech can be just about anything, but most technology is used for warfare. Employing tech Employing tech usually requires a tech check. It actually would be a mechanic. It would be mechanic check, right? Yeah, it's mechanic. It requires a mechanic tech check to be successful. Character failing. Character failing that usually has the tech either fail to be used or blowing up in their face. Example tech, energy shield. Character is covered in a light layer of energy, easily noticeable, but able to absorb most physical harm coming their way. It has a total durability of 70. It has a total durability of 75, but any electrified weapon immediately fries it. Immediately fries it, reducing it to 0. C4, explosive compound. How do we explain C4? C4 explosive, plastic explosive, and a plastic explosive, often employed in the field for demolition activities. A character can perform the plant explosives action on a vehicle or rider or target with a mechanic tech check. After one section, all characters in the position will take 10d4 damage. The attached target will take double the damage. Actually, we'll call it 64 damage. Attached will take double the damage, so 64 times 2, so you can technically get 64 roll. So let's see what the average is. We want to do to any dice. Dun, 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 dun. Output 64. So you're looking at 15. They'd be taking about 30, which is pretty much lethal. So we probably want to. We'll take attached target will take triple the damage. To both their vehicle and themselves. It's bad. Exploding is bad, everyone. Fun fact. Dynamite. A rough explosive. They can be thrown or dropped on the ground after lighting. A character can perform the toss dynamite action that will blow That will deal 3d6. Well, that will do 3d4 damage to all characters in the position behind them at the end of the section. So it gives people to be like, oh no, there's an explosive here. I'm going to pull back, I'm going to break out, or I'm going to rush up. Let's see, we have Dynamite C4. What's another good tech item that we can use? We can probably do, okay. Heads up display. A neat piece of tech. Attach to the helmet. Allowing the user to aim better. A character gains a +2 to all ranged attacks. But a -2. -2 to all piloting / control checks. Because you are just being distracted by the heads-up display. It doesn't always mean good. What's another good one? We can probably do, Boost Bomb. Triggering an emergency tank triggering an emergency tank. Actually, how do we want to do that? We'll call it Gold Nitro. Gold Nitro. Inserting a small pill into the we actually want to do motorcycle gas tank. Usually it's on top then. Yeah, you can pour it out on top, okay. Small pill into the gas tank. The vehicle experiences a quick rush of speed. The character immediately boosts forward one position. What other pieces of tech that could be weird and fun and interesting and weird and wacky and strange? And doesn't always have to be helpful. Actually, I should put that as a note. Let me see. A quick note. Not all tech is useful. And being sold something faulty or downright useless has been the cause of death for many riders. And we want to put in a what would be a good bait item? Uber Nitro fake. Inserting a small pill into the gas tank. The vehicle experiences a quick rush of speed. Then explodes violently. Dealing 2d10 damage to all characters in the position. And killing the rider. Do I expect you to use these items? Yes. I do expect you to be sold Uber Nitro, and I do expect you to put it in there. And when you die violently, I want you to look at your game master and say, you fucking asshole. Being like, bitch, you got that for like 5 scrap. No shit, it's shit. No crap, it's going to kill you. Because you're an idiot and you bought bad shit. You dumbass. Let's see. Actually, it wouldn't be 1, it would be 2, wouldn't it? It would be heading to... New Age Warfare. Yeah, we haven't realized the Nitros things are from Red Line. Do we put that in heading 3? Yeah, we'll put that in heading 3. What else do we have to do? Bike parts, that's it. Bike parts. Bike parts. A rider's bike is the chariot to a better life. Each one personalized and specific to the rider. As the characters advance and secure new tech and secure new gear, they will be able to modify their bike to their liking. Each bike has, it would be, let's see, 1, 2, it would have, you have handlebars, you have 2 gear slots on the side, and then you have an engine one. Yeah, has 4 slots for upgrades and parts. One in the handling on the handlebars, 1 in the engine, and 2 in the chassis of the vehicle of the ride. Certain parts, certain parts can only be applied to its corresponding area. The area on the bike. But actually, certain parts can only be applied to corresponding areas on the bike. However, some internal parts can be applied anywhere, but at the cost of that slot for future parts. Building and modifying the bikes will take a mechanic. It would be a mechanics. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe a mechanic. Where are you? Mechanic bikes check to successfully install and remove parts without breaking them. Actually, to successfully remove parts without breaking them once installed. A bike that has been destroyed can instead sacrifice a part to maintain the bike itself, or after the race can be the parts can be recovered from the wreckage, but the bike is slag. So that's kind of the back and forth there. It's like, all right, I'm riding the bike, I'm having fun, I'm doing stuff. Oh no, my bike's reached 0 durability. I'm gonna crash. I'm falling. I'm gonna die. But I'm barely saved myself. After the race, after the track is done, you look back and you can say, okay, I want to keep my bike, but I'm going to lose one of the parts I have, or I want to keep all the parts, but I'm going to lose my bike. And that's kind of usually it's going to be, I'm going to get rid of the part, obviously, but maybe not. Like, well, I already have a backup bike. Maybe I want to get rid of it and keep all the parts. Recover from the wreckage with the bike slagged. Example, bike parts. Nitro injectors, engine. The engine has been retrofitted to include a set of injectors which automate the boost procedure. Every time the character character uses boost, roll a 1d6. On a 5 or 6, they do not use the boost. What would be some? Well, actually, we don't want to do safety bars. Safety bars. Handlebars of the bike has been replaced with a set of grilled safety bars. The bike takes half damage from direct attacks. Because you're just slamming up against it. It's like, yep, no, I can take that, and we want to do, we can do trike, chassis, has been retrofitted into a trike, granting a +2 to all piloting checks, but a -2 to all stunt terrain, rough terrain, and control checks. Stunt and rough. Actually, we'll do stunt and rough terrain. Because again, you have better control, but it's a little bit more awkward to actually use. Like, you can't really go off-roading on a trike that easily. What would be another one that would be a pretty good one for a chassis idea if we want to do? So actually, we can do an internal parts, get the idea for that. What would be a good one? Oh. Actually, we won't put all. Electrified drive core in its systems. Allowing it to plow through. vehicles with these. Actually, allowing the rider to trigger a free boost once every track. Pretty much, yeah, you get free boost out of it. The idea being the, actually what we can do, we can make a secondary chassis one, just for because I can. We can do, side wheels. The bike's wheels can turn, it would be, yeah, 90 degrees. 90 degrees in rough terrain, allowing for a rider to continue movement even when riding sideways or skidding out. So you can pretty much pull a Kira bike slide if you feel like, because you have to be cool. And if you can't Akira bike slide in the bike game, what's the fucking point? Let's see, we're gonna put that right here. Bike parts. God, the writing is getting significantly worse. But welcome to Tired Notepad as he tries to wrap up this game in one night. Specific. Nitro injectors, handlebars, Control Shift 8. A little bit loosey-goosey down here, but again, I don't really want to commit to like, oh yes, this is the setting, because that's not really the point. Like, this is doesn't work. Okay, so and that's equipment done. All right, so let's do a once over just to make sure I've got everything. Let's see. World of Road Redemption, playing the game, attribute, skills, physical trauma, your bike, investment, victory points, reputation. I thought that was important. Example tech, example bike parts. Yeah, I think I have everything. So, I believe that's it. So, 39 pages, 8,543 words. It is done. And Notepad is very tired because I'm doing this for 2.5 hours. But it's done. D-O-N-E. Donorino. Poggers. Or various other happy words like that. What's the gist? What's the detox on it? Well, does it work? I think. That's really all I can say about that. I would need to run knocking my headset everywhere. I would need to run a game in it. I actually wouldn't need to run a game. I need to run a race in it just to make sure that everything about it works as intended. However, on paper, I think it would work. The only thing I'm not entirely confident about is my lack of rules regarding track creation. But it's kind of hard to build a track dealing with how the nature of the setting. It's just like, yeah, just throw whatever the fuck you want in there. That's the point. I didn't want to be like, it's not like F-Zero where it's like, okay, here are some clear things from F-Zero that you can add in, or it's like, here's some clear things. There's not, because Centrals and Australis is such a weird setting, and Road Redemption itself has such schizo tech where it's like, yeah, here's the hallucinogenic chemical zone, have fun. Here's cars falling from the sky to crush you and destroy your life and make sure you do not have any fun. So that's all I can really do there. I think like tech and bike parts, more extensive options there and costs and stuff, but I never like putting costs in games Because what happens there is that players will see it and being like, I want to buy this. It costs 10 scrap. Me have 10 scrap, me buy it now. And being this like, well, no, you're in the middle of fuck all nowhere. You can't buy anything. Like, but it says 10 scrap. Or like I usually say to like my usual philosophy is like, as a game master, it is your job to give prices to based on the situation. Hey, you're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, probably it's going to be more expensive. Hey, you're in the middle of a bustling city, yeah, I think it's going to be cheaper. It's so that's kind of that back and forth of that part of things. But I think it works. I actually, when I was looking at things the other night, you could probably run an Akira game, Akira Bike Gang game in it. I was looking at it last night. I needed more inspiration just to make sure things were working out. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This works actually surprisingly well for this kind of game. But it's functional. And I understand why we don't see many racing games. I understand it. I mean, it's very simple. There's a lot to consider. There's a lot of moving parts to it. And each of those moving parts by itself is not interesting. But it's the kind of the combination together is what makes it interesting. It's like NASCAR in and of itself, not actually that fascinating. It's people turning left. However, it's the stories. It's the minute to minute. It's the he's going through the inside even though he knows it's risky. You know, he's going behind him and he's going to threaten him and he's going behind, but no, he's taking a left. Like superbike racing. By itself not very interesting. However, it's the characters, it's the people, it's the situations, it's the little details of oh he's going around the curve and it's a little bit tight, or oh hey he is risking it all. It's that risk and reward, that problems and issues, and it's always kind of going back and forth of like what is the best situation? How do I achieve victory in this particular idea? Does the track section position system work? I think it does. I'm not entirely sold on the section and positions. I could probably add in like a few more positions to give that a little bit more leeway. But I also have to account for the fact that I'm not going to be running this on like a map. If I was running this on a map, I would make this a lot more nitty gritty. But I don't want to put a GM through that. I don't want to be like, all right, you want to have fun with this game, drop a map. No. There are 15 sections. This is how you build a track. Boom. 15 sections in this race, on this track. Come up with 30 hazards and problems going through it, and you're done. That is how you make a track. That is how you summarize this entire endeavor. That's it. Good job. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Have fun. I don't want people to be like, well, you've moved one position upwards and now you're neck and neck with it. No, I don't want that because that's a little bit too nitty gritty. Could you do something like that? Abso-fucking-lutely you can. Abso-goddamn-lutely you can make that a lot more nitty gritty. But I don't want to because I personally wouldn't find that fun. My friends would not find that fun because they would... It would stop being about the characters. It would stop being about, I'm going to rush up to this person on going 190 miles an hour on a bicycle, on a motorcycle anyway, and crack your skull open with a club, or I'm going to use a goddamn, use my shining long sword and stab you in the face because I know I'm going to decapitate you and steal your money. Like, that's the point. That's the nitty gritty there. But am I happy with it? To a degree. I have to thank Viral Games, of course, and the F-Zero guys who made that game, because without that, this game wouldn't function. But does it have its own identity? Yeah, F-Zero didn't really have the combat rules, but that wasn't the point of the game. The point of the F-Zero RPG wasn't time to start blasting each other into the stratosphere. That wasn't the point. It was supposed to replicate the racing, the kind of the adventure aspect of it. Like, you can have no combat in that game, and it would be fine. It would still have that same theme. This one, you kind of have to have the combat. Can I apply it to elsewhere, the other things? Of course I can, and I think I know how. I could probably run other games with it. With probably, I could strip down a lot of the rules and just make like, here's a racing game. Be pretty damn simple, but it would work. But I don't feel like it. Probably later I'll put in like actual vehicle rules, like this is actually a vehicle. I don't know where to put it. That's why I didn't put it out here tonight. But we're done. There are only 3 episodes, which kind of surprised me, but I ripped through combat, and the other night I'm like, I can do one thing, and then that one thing turned into 5 things. So, as it usually happens. And I wasn't actually even intending on doing a Notepad Must Die tonight, but here we are. But that's it. Now what? Because the ride is never over. The ride never ends. Where are we in recollection to things Notepad wants to do? So with the conclusion of let's see, yeah, with the conclusion, I need to put this in its rightful section so I don't forget about it. Road Redemption. Red Mist Running. Four to 7 episodes. Yeah, I did it in 3. What a Chad. Right now, we're done. Which is weird to think. You know, at the start of this year, I'm like, I'm going to do a bunch of games. And now we're here. We're a few months in, and we've wrapped everything up. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm happy. And it feels good to be like, yeah, I've done something. And we've had really good growth here. Like, you know, already, you know, I have 58 followers from making fucking tabletop RPGs on Twitch, for God's sakes. You know, you know, the YouTube has, you know, almost doubled in subscribers to 20 from 20 to 40. I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like, again, I upload fucking streams of me writing tabletop games, and recently I've started doing little videos. Like I'm not. It's gotten, you know, we're chucking along, and you know, kind of the year of me trying to go legit hasn't been going terribly well, but it's kind of hard to go legit. Fun fact, but I think we're making it. We're chucking along. So what are we doing now? What's the plan? What's the gist? What's the pog? The pog? God, I am tired. So the current games kind of like I'm like relatively comfortable trying to tackle. We can do the Into the Badlands system. I still have no idea what I would call it. Like that one I feel pretty confident about. Striker Z. I feel fairly confident on doing. Eagles and Rifles, I know how to do it. I know I can see it in my head, but it would be a game of how do I make it work, and I might need to read up on some things for it just to make sure. I'm not confident with Action Squad Combat Evolved yet. I'm not confident with Aces, so that'll need some work on it. Management RPG actually has its base now. I think I know what I want to do with it. I want to do the Flowers for Algernon. Flowers for Algernon game, and I blame my friend for it. The concept behind the Flowers for Algernon game was I asked my friends, like, okay, what kind of games would you want? And he immediately said, I want a Flowers for Algernon game. And the first thing that popped in my head was superhero sidekicks that explode. So superheroes sidekick corporate shenanigans game, which that's kind of the point of it, is that like, yeah, let's mold into like the management make the management part of the game kind of a fundamental aspect of it, because that was always kind of the joke with the game originally in its original incarnation, was like, you're not really playing the sidekicks. What you're doing is you're playing the corporations that keep making them, and you're always trying to fuck one another over by all, and also kind of jockey for positions. I think that could be a fun system. I would need to build it from the ground up, but I know kind of how to do it. I could probably do like a competitive mode versus a, funner mode. Funner. um, the actual system itself would be fairly light, but it's fine to be light. You're not playing the game for the superhero sidekick shenanigans. You're playing the game for being a corporate, being Mark Zuckerberg, except Mark Zuckerberg is using human experimentation to create super soldiers that explode. That's the point. That's the big ha-ha. What other ones do I feel confident on doing? We could probably do Shadowrun for babies. People have been talking around that. I have a few ideas for doing it. It would be mostly stripping things down and going back to 3. Let's see. What else do we feel confident in doing? This one's still kind of a maybe, though. I would need to reread some of the Shadowrun books. Still trying to hunt down this. I'm still trying to hunt down the requirements. I'm actually thinking about emailing the embassy, actually, being like, okay, I want to do this. I want to write a game based on your guidelines to make sure that we can potentially sell, because, again, you guys have things like CanCon. I think that's really cool. I'm curious to see how I would do this. And I want to see what their guidelines would be. That's what I'm curious about. What would their guidelines be? And see how I can get it approved. Let's see. I'm not confident on this one. I have an idea, but I don't really know how to do it. But let's see. We could probably do Badlands Rumble. Let's see. Gigi Minzu is done. Like, that game, like, works. I need an updated map for it. I need to fix some of the like what happens when you lose. Like, the game is written. I just need all the little parts for it and do a lot of play testing on it. But the map is the thing that's kind of killing me, because for those who don't know, China is big. China's a very big place with a lot of things in it. And being a very big place with a lot of things in it means that each of the little parts where you have to move your little soldiers means something. Especially when you get along the coast, where it's like an individual province, like Beijing itself isn't very big on the map. Beijing is an incredibly important part of the map and the war and things like that. So it's like, okay, how do we want to do that? Who controls Beijing is kind of like an important part of things, but do you just kind of put it all together in a single province? Do you do that? But I want more provinces. It's a mess. So that works. I know how to do it. It's just going to be me beating my head up against a wall. Keijo, the game does not. I need to rewatch Keijo. Keijo came out years ago, and I remember watching it. I'm like, wow, this is really stupid. And then someone was like, hey, you should totally make a game based on it. I'm like, fuck it, why not? Notepad's Narrative Nightmare, the Apocalypse World hack. The Notepad's Apocalypse World. No, that's not coming out for a while. I can tell you that much right now. Just because of the nature of it. Because it is such a big and scary idea. And I don't actually like these kind of games. So I would need to effectively find a system that I could bite into and be like, this is what I need to do, and this is what I have to edit. Let's see, we do the Abandon All Hope game, of course. Which I need to do actually, I need to do a Curious Case on that, because I like the game, but I hate the game at the same time. Black Shirts and Red Guards. I know how to do it, and I feel confident I'd bugging Chad Walker again, because I have absolutely no sense of right or wrong. And I know how to fix Danmaku Yugi Flowers. Toot Hoot. The Toot Hoot game. I know how to do it, and I'm going to do it just because someone said, you can't fix this game. It's bad. I'm like, fuck yeah, I can't fix it. Because I have no sense of right or wrong. But, oh gosh. Oof. The fatigue is kicking in. Let's see what other ones we can do. Technically, we can do Okasan's. Big happy family. We can technically do that. It's kind of weird, but I know how to do it. For the Redux projects, which ones do I feel comfortable? Fist Chaos, it's done. I don't need to worry about that. Where else are we? Project Inchling is done. I don't need to worry about it. Probably we can do Exalted for babies. I feel fairly... Tabletop Universe is already on there. I don't really need to think about that too much. Probably do Project Tactics. Throw that on there. Actually, I'll throw that in the Redux. And throw this on the Redux. You know, I don't even know like if I would call it a Redux, because I know this need to write Exalted from the ground up. Soldat Sans Identité. Redux, I just need to do that. Let's see. Which other ones do we have? Morons with Pedigrees, of course. That's just a Redux product. Redux project, not too intense. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we have so far. This may seem like a lot, but it's like not really. I need more ideas. I'm always fielding them, so if anyone ever has any ideas for a game, hit me up. Or pay me. Paying me is also a really good idea. Please. I need to eat. It's... Well, everyone, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed and good luck. I will catch you all on the flip side. Probably this Friday. Maybe not. I don't know yet. Because we kind of finished everything up. So, goodbye.